We have not taken any care. The mind is just somehow going on. Now here are other simple things. If we recognize, see, how the knowledge happens. This is an object. I know this is an object. So, this object is known by whom? By me. So, I become the knower of the object. And what is the knowledge? The knowledge is, this is an object, I am the knower, but I am not the object. Three aspects. That knowledge in which not I-ness comes. Not I-ness. Otherwise, what a great fun it will be. This is a donkey. I know this is a donkey. I am a donkey? No. It doesn't happen. Therefore, mind is that knowledge where the not I sense develops. And whichever is recognized by us as not I, following things happen. Number one, we have desire for that. Number two, we have anger for that. Number three, we have fear for that. Dvitiyatvai bhayam bhavati. And in our deep sleep, there is no sense of otherness. Therefore, there is no desire, there is no anger, there is no fear. This we have to recognize. It is not available in books. Find out yourself. There was one group of youngsters going for hiking somewhere in the forest, some mountains. And one of them, lazy or maybe different type, he was left behind. All others have gone ahead. And he was in a fixed evening happened. He couldn't see anything, don't know where to do, where to go. So finally he decided, no, I can't walk anymore, I am so tired. So he took out his backpack, opened a tent, fixed it there itself, got inside, zipped everywhere, and in no time he slept and started snoring. Krrr, krrr. The tiger came with the human smell, and when he came near that place where he was sleeping, this fellow was snoring away. Krrr, krrr. The tiger got frightened and ran away. Because for the tiger, there is somebody. But for him, when there was no sense of otherness, no fear. Recognize this truth. See, I will have desire for your things. I cannot have desire for my watch. I already have it. See? Meaning what? If we want to really learn spiritual life, we have to recognize that the operation of the mind. And what is the operation of the mind? Mind has got two faculties. One faculty is it perceives. This is how yours is a love marriage. Huh? Now, how many girls you must have seen in your whole life? Not the only one, is it not? How many boys you must have seen in your life? So many. See? Up to that level, it was perception aspect of the mind. Mind has got two functions. Perception. Like the mirror has got a function, reflects. But the mind, but the mirror does not react and does not retain. Therefore, no memory. And therefore, the mirror has no past. Therefore, the mirror is always in the present. Now, one boy, he goes to a temple and rings the bell, ton. And that very moment, one girl comes there and he looks at her. And then his mind starts spinning. I have come to temple in front of God, and when I rang the bell, exactly that time only this girl has come. There must be a message from God. Otherwise, why she should have come over here? So, the mind has perceived, now the mind starts projecting. Maybe this is the message, I should get the message rightly. And then slowly, we start talking, blah, blah, blah. And then, tum bin jaun kahan? Without you, how can I live? Slowly, we get involved with that girl and get married. Now be attentive. We talk about desire. But what is a desire? Desire is this projection aspect of the mind. The mind sees something and stops there. Samsara is not created. See? So what the mind does, projects something. And thereafter, rather perceives something. Thereafter starts projection. And the projection is, this is important, this is required, without this life is incomplete, I must get it, and that is the source of happiness. I think I am incomplete without that. What a life without a wife. These are all thoughts put together called as the desire. And when the desire overpowers, it must express as action. So first is perception, followed by projection, then desire. Third is action. And this is how the mind starts working. Now if we have risen above the lower three, then we can start working on the mind. Now what is the working on the mind? Let us understand. Objects are many. See, this is object number 1, object number 2, object number 3. 3 objects are known by me. I am a common person. I have not become 3. I am only 1. So when I entertain too many objects, then I become fat. When I reduce entertaining too many objects, to that extent I become thin. Now to understand this fat and thin. Now this child, hardly 5-6 years. So he has entertained in his life very few objects because he has got hardly any past. Now oldly like me, 90 not out. Then so many things. See? And therefore, old people like us keep on talking about the past. When we were here, when we were there. In our childhood, it was not like that. This is blah, 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 blah. Who is talking? This non-existing entity called the ego. And therefore, small kids, less past, less ego, less miserable. Oldies like me, long past, long experiences and strong ego. Net result, old people get miserable in no time. Kids, they get miserable for 2 seconds. Again forget. Because there is no burden of the past. If this example is clear, then what will be the spiritual practice? Lesser the objectivity we entertain in our life, to that extent our eye will be thinner. See, like suppose he talks about his wife. No, I don't have a wife. So I will only hear him. I won't talk about my wife because I don't have. See, he talks about his house. Swami, this house we got that time, it costed us so much and now I cannot talk because I don't have a house. See, this is how our ego starts expanding. Anybody talks about himself, we have something comparable, and we start talking. Therefore, lesser the things we have, happier we are. But we want more and more and more, no end to it. See, I was in South Africa many years before, and one Gujarati gentleman, elderly man, he said, Swamiji, please come to my house. I said, all right. Went to your house. Huge house. 11 bedrooms. Like a mansion. And he had the children also, 8, 10 of them. So, hum do, hamare 12 that time. So, he, Swamiji, I will take you a tour to the house. I have never understood this principle in this world. Taking tour to the house. क्या टूर करना है वहाँ? What you have to see? In I think here only it happened in USA. I mean Australia. Somebody many years before, and I can act dumb very easily. So we are going. It was heavily raining, and he said, "Swamiji, see when the rains become very heavy, the wiper automatically moves fast. I don't have to do it." Then we reach home, and thereafter he said, "Now, see, the garage will automatically open." Automatically. Really? How does the garage know? He says, "Swamiji, Australia hai, India thodi hai." So, all right. Then we went inside. I said, "Let me wash my hands." He said, "Don't search for the tap. Put your hand, water will automatically come. Because the tap knows that you have to wash your hands." I said, "Dande hai." He said, "Not only that, even in the toilet." He took me there. He said, "You don't have to flush. It automatically flushes." That automatic has gone so deep in my head. I asked him whether you have to do or automatically happens. Automatic. See? And his problem was, "Swamiji, see, I have had such a huge house, but none of my children, they want to come and stay here. Tell me, for whom I have constructed such a big house? Tell me, what should I do?" I said, "Look here, your problem I can solve." "What? You hand over the house to me." See, friends, we have this wrong notion that the children will stay with us. No, they have got their life. Are you staying with your parents? They won't stay with you. But we have got wrong notion. See, friends, and this is how the samsara continues. See, friends, plants eat from below, grow upwards. Animals eat from the front, grow backwards, horizontal. We eat from above, we grow downwards. See the circle? Eating from below, going upward. Then the scale is moving like this. Eating from the front, growing backward. Then third one, eating from the above, growing downwards. What is the next possible? Eating from backside and going frontward. As a human being, we have achieved and attained the ultimate at the body level. Hereafter, the evolution can be only spiritual evolution. See, friends. And if this becomes clear to us, then you will see that every event, everything in our life will become our guide, and we learn from that. Therefore, when a seeker is born, he has risen above the lower 3 chakras. Now he is working on his Anahata chakra. Anahata chakra is a emptying place. And for that we are given in our mantra, Dekho, suno, mat bolo. This is one of the most important spiritual practice, friends. See, for understanding, I will give you this calculation. You work physically for 8 hours. You know how much energy you require. That much energy is required to talk for 1 hour. Talking takes more energy than physical working. Then you talk for 8 hours. How much energy you spend? Much more energy is required when you think intensely or when you worry unnecessarily. So as we waste our energy and then we become frustrated. Therefore, to curtail this expenditure of our energy, we have to focus attention on, let us work on the mind. Now, what is working on the mind? Two things trouble every person. One is the regrets of the past. I wish I had not done that. I wish I had done that. Now, these regrets of the right omissions and wrong commissions, they take away a lot of our energy. And therefore, one of the techniques is this. Let us try to remain in the utter present. Mind will not allow us because it is the death of the mind. If the mind remains only in the present, past is the tense, future is a tense. We are all the time living in tenses. And therefore, present also becomes a tense. And therefore, we are all the tense. See? So what has to be done? We have to arrest the running of the mind either in the past or in the future. See? How that can be done? Our Maha Mantra. Wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever you are, be 100%. See? It is so simple, friends. And much more simple is this understanding. Do we have a choice to live yesterday? We have no choice. Do we have a choice to live tomorrow? No. So if we are able to remain in the present without the past and the future is presence, free from tensions. With this poise, we lead our day and night and then see the joy of life. Then we become an instrument, see, through which only happiness expresses. But what we are doing? We are seeking happiness. Instead of that, let us be the distributor of happiness. And the more the happiness you distribute, more comes up. Like you take out more and more water from the well, again fresh water comes. But when we are seeking water, the happiness, it is limited. And this secret is this work on the mind. So all our Maha Mantras is only working on the mind. Life is a time pass. When you do anything for time pass, you are not serious. Like when we play with the children. Now the child is concerned about victory and defeat. I want to defeat dad. I will play now. But the dad is somehow time pass till the food is ready. He has to keep this Rakshasa busy. That's all. He is not worried whether he wins or he is defeated. No problem. So for him, life, this game is a time pass. Exactly the same way. Live in this world, we don't have to win or get defeated. Time pass ho raha hai. About this I'll tell you an example. One young man asked me this somewhere on the airport, that you are moving around and giving talks everywhere, but the people don't change. Don't you feel your efforts are going waste? I said, no, I don't feel. Why? I don't want them to change. Let them be miserable so that my market is maintained. See? Do you know the prayers of the doctor? Sarve bhavantu rogina. You ask any doctor. They never say Sarve bhavantu sukhina. Then they will become rogi. One girl in Delhi, she could not get admission for her medical, whatever reason. So she was in depression. So I was called. Swamiji, please tell her something. She has become so depressed, she could not get admission in medical college. So normally people expect, I will go and tell her, no beta, blah, blah, blah. I said, she is Beyakoof, hai, therefore she is miserable. She never expected that I will have no sympathy for her. See, you are stupid, dumb, therefore you are miserable. She was shaken. Because all other people in her family, they were telling her, no beta, we can do things, we can give some donation, blah, blah, blah. And they expected me to talk. But I gave her Klaibya Masmagama Partha, follower of Bhagavan Krishna. No, touch me not brand. So when I said, you are dumb, stupid, she became, oh, what do you mean by Swamiji this thing? I said, do you know who is a doctor? Who doesn't like healthy people? You want to remain in the hospital throughout life? All that dirty smell? Doctor, what is this? Instead of get into finance, cheat the people, earn money and give me also. Relax. And somehow it clicked. And then she took to finance. Very intelligent girl. And now she is probably in Indonesia, married, a Sindhi girl. She always tells me, Swamiji, you have really changed my life. Now whenever I go to some place, doctors or some patients, I always thank you. Thank God I did not become a doctor. See, friends, don't get lost in all these things. See? Therefore, remain cheerful, happy, relax. And the result will be, you will be liked by everybody. See? I'll tell you one example. One lady came to my place in Mumbai, and she has not called anything, suddenly dropped in. And I was having my cup of tea. When I take my cup of tea, which I have made, that is my meditation. I enjoy every sip. So that time she came, Swamiji, what are you doing? I said, I am waiting for death. Why do you say like that? I said, now you have come. Why it is death? I said, Upanishad, Dvitiyatmai Vayam Bhavati. No, Swamiji, I got some problem. I said, keep with you. I don't need. I got sufficient. See? No, please. And then she started her story. So I heard. That was my mistake, I heard. Then, second day again she came. Then I pretended that I heard. I am hearing. Third day came. I said, Mama, you please sit down here and talk. I am doing some work. I listen to you also. Fourth day she came. I said, excuse me, I got loose motion, I have to go. Yad gatvana nivartante tad dhama paramamam. She sat for half an hour, went away. Be attentive. Nobody likes complaining people in this world. Don't complain about anything or anybody in this world. Therefore, our mantra is living at zero complaint level. No complaints. How simple. Mind will remain at peace. When we have nothing to complain, we complain about weather. Oh, it is too hot. Bhagavan says, okay, Baba, it is hot, I will give you rains. Then the rains come. Oh, it is too much of rains. Bhagavan says, okay, I will get winter for you. Winter comes. Oh, it is too cold. Bhagavan says, to this fool give anything. He only complains. Constant complaining is a samsari. Don't complain about anything. Living at zero complaint level. You are working on the mind. See? The more you start this, देखो सुनो मत बोलो. Watch this world, beautiful, nice. No comments, no nothing. And even if you have to say something, say out of formality. Otherwise, if you don't say anything, then they feel, see, you are not telling anything. No, no, it is extremely good. I have never seen such a lovely place. You don't know what you are talking, but they are happy. See, slowly, slowly, we reduce our old habit of commenting, giving comments, or evaluation, suggestions. All that thing will slowly disappear. Net result will be, we will start remaining in the utter present. A man had two wives, and both of them were against each other. And the man was a common victim. So they both held his hand each and started pulling. And they started running around. And like a churning rod, this fellow, our condition is like that. Either we are pulled in the past or we are pulled in the future. And in the center, we are suffering. To remain in the present, one technique I'll tell you. That which is finite can be repeated. Infinite cannot be repeated. Finite, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, 3 times. Because Om Namah Shivaya, finite word. Then focus attention on the silence. Om Namah Shivaya. Silence is uncreated, therefore without beginning and without end, and therefore time is not created. Time is a baby of sequence. Morning we get up, see the watch, again we sleep. Again we get up. Second event, third event, fourth event. One by one events happen and the time is created. So spend some time on this. Expose yourself to silence. You will understand one day. Speech is manifest mind. Mind is unmanifest speech. Therefore, unwanted talking is such a vestige of the divine energy that we are having. See? If you are pumping water on the top of your building, and if the pipe is having many holes, the required amount will not reach there because it is leaking away. In the same manner, the poise of our mind is leaked out through various holes. One of the biggest hole is talking. See? Now to get convinced of this, we will do one small experiment. It is not difficult. Think whatever you like. Freedom. But only one condition. Do not use words. Don't go to sleep. Now tell me, what efforts you have to put to keep your mind calm and quiet? We only complain, oh, gee, my mind is too disturbed. You mind your mind. What can I do for your mind? No, tell me why my mind is disturbed. You have trained your mind to get disturbed. See, and how the training is? देखो सुनो बोलते रहो. See, friends, it is so simple. And further, to work on your mind as a seeker of truth, then only evolution happens. All other things in this world, very nice people around, a lot of money, lot of property, lot of everything is very good in its own place. But ultimate is something much more than that. See? And what is that much more than that? You are at peace with yourself. If we are at peace with ourselves, we have taken a right direction on our ultimate evolution. We have to be at peace with ourselves. Now when we are not at peace with ourselves, what we do? We keep on talking to ourselves. Keep on talking. Or else we find out some victim and start talking to him or her. And here you observe, when we talk to others, we talk about our past or their past. When we talk to ourselves, we talk about the future. Now from here we go, I hope they have made a lunch or dinner here, or else we go and eat something. But we can go to the hotel and eat dinner. Observe this. Mind doesn't want to remain in the present. In the present, the mind dissolves. Mind cannot survive. Then mind goes back to pure consciousness. See, like the ice cube, when it is kept in the water, where will it go? It dissolves. And while dissolving, it doesn't make any noise. Slowly, we are taking care of our mind. So, lesser the past we carry as a burden, to that extent we will be at peace with ourselves. And lesser we talk to ourselves, to that extent our mind is in a process of dissolving in consciousness. And this can happen. I am not telling theoretically. So spend some time, maybe 1 minute, do not talk to yourself. Now to substantiate this, add one more. Listen to silence. The two things together. Don't talk to yourself, listen to silence. when you don't talk to yourself and listen to silence, you don't feel like talking to others also. You are the master of your mind. Give it a chance. Then all our energy will be spared. Will be ever the same. See? Net result will be, instead of adding years to our life, we will add life to every moment. See, many yoga people, they give this lollipop. If you do yoga, you will be healthy and live long. What will you do living long? You ask all the oldie people. See, what will you do? These are so simple things we have to understand. A person lived for 20 years. Other lived for 40 years. Third lived for 100 years. Fourth lived for 200 years. Fifth lived for 500 years. So many of them. For all of them, length of childhood is the same. If somebody lived for 200 years, that doesn't mean his childhood was long. And childhood is the real life. And all of us suffer, never as a child, but only as a oldie. What is the reason? We are not at peace with ourselves. See? And when you are at peace with yourself, life is totally different. See? There was one lady in Assam, it happened. I went to their house for food and she told me, Swamiji, my mother-in-law is sitting in that room. I said, okay, I'll go and meet her. So she was preparing the food for me and then I went to that mother-in-law. I said, Amma, how are you? Very old lady, must be about 75, 80 or so. So I went, did namaskar to her and she was sitting very calm and quiet. Nothing to talk, simply sitting. After 5 minutes, I said, Mama, I'll go and take lunch. Yes, please go. After I went to her daughter-in-law, I told her, I said, Mama, you may give me food or not, but I am going to tell you the truth. Your mother-in-law is more beautiful and younger than you. I said, you are hardly 27, 26. And she is 75, 80. But still I make this statement. She says, Swamiji, you are 100% true. I agree. She is never disturbed. She takes only 2 meals a day and no food which is cooked and kept for more than 2-3 hours she eats. The morning time, dal, chawal, little sabji, that's it. Evening time, again fresh food and all that. And she is not getting involved with anybody. Who has come, who has gone, the grandson, granddaughter, his marriage. No, 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 no. If somebody comes, very good. No, otherwise she is at peace. See? Otherwise, old people become problem all the way, everywhere. They constantly seek attention. If you are at peace, you will remain healthy, cheerful. See. Therefore, my friends, all the spiritual practice is remain at peace with yourself. Why we are not in peace with ourselves? Because we are a very strong personality. We want to govern, dictate everyone. No. In and through everybody, it is the same Paramatma expressing. See? Whether I am a husband or a wife. No. Respect each other. See? Last thought. When we respect others, we are benefited, not the others. In one house in Delhi, one boy, although he was staying in a Punjabi colony, but he was not a Punjabi. So somebody came to his house. So from there he shouted, "Mami, koi aadmi aaya hai." So the mother came and then told, "Beta, you should not say like this thing. Say, Mummy ji, koi mehman ji aaye hai." Add ji to that, not like this thing. He said, "Okay ji, Mummy ji." Then a buffalo came. "Mummy ji, आंगन जी में बफेलो जी आए हैं." See? Extreme. When you respect somebody, you are benefited, not the one to whom respect is given. See, many places it happens. Husbands have got this notion that they are more intelligent than the ladies. See, actually it is the ladies who are intelligent. As the age grows, you observe this thing, as the age grows, the lady starts becoming stronger and the man starts becoming a weakling. For every small little thing, he has been dependent on the wife, and in the old days, for everything he has to ask his wife, "मैं चड्डी पहनूं क्या?" "नहीं, वैसे जाओ." They can't decide even what shirt, pant they have to put on. Constantly dependent. But the women go through their life lot of tortures, right from childhood as a girl. See, friends, they leave everything and come to the man's house. What sacrifice they have. Man is doing nothing and yet arrogant. No. Therefore, friends, mutual respect and peace within is an ideal home. Make it your home an ideal home and be happy. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.